Thanks for joining us today on Hospitality Review. In today's episode, we are looking at poor management in hospitality sector. If you're seeing this video on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, and on Facebook, don't forget to give us a follow. Drop a comment, share, and like. Now, what is poor management? Poor management can be seen or refers to ineffective leadership, disorganization, and failure to meet customers' expectation, customer satisfaction. When a customer walked into any establishment where service is being rendered, be it bank, hospital, restaurant, a spa, a beauty parlor, a salon, eatery, customers expect excellent and quality service. They want the value of their money. But if they cannot get the value of their money, that is a poor management. Now let's look at some key aspects of this poor management. We're looking at staffing or welfare. Your staff are like the army that you send to the warfare to fight. Now, when these staff are not properly equipped or trained, it can bring the downfall of that organization. Now, when we come to staffing, is either overstaffing or understaffing. If you're overstaffing, that is poor management. You're paying more salary and you're giving room for gossip. You're giving room for staff to be loitering around without doing their job. And then understaffing. Once you understaff, you're stressing your staff. Because a staff is doing more than one job. That is understaffing. You're stressing the hell out of the staff. The staff will break down because why? You are understaffing. Then again, delay in salary payment, and salaries are not being paid, wages are not being paid when it is due. It reduces the staff morale. No health insurance, no first aid, or a sick bay. When we come to communication in poor management, complaints are not passed to the right department. Imagine a customer is complaining that he has a plumbing issue in his room. He complains to the housekeeper, and the housekeeper did not even bring it to the maintenance department, to the right people that will handle such complaints. No official channel of communication. In Matthew Crystal, we have something like morning devotion where the management, they pass information to the staff, instructions, new ideas, new developments. But in some organization, there is no channel of communication. There is nothing like memorandum, no general meetings. How do you communicate to the staff? Then another key aspect is lack of staff training. Receptionists don't know procedure, which can lead to overbooking, delay in room readiness, housekeeping missing cleaning standard. Of course, when a staff is not properly trained, a lot of things can go wrong. Another key aspect is dirty or poor maintained facility. Poor maintenance culture is also poor management. Another key is financial management. Poor control of expenses, pricing mistake. You don't go out for survey. You don't check the market price. Sometimes you just carrot prices because things are hard. The economy is hard. The economy is hard. Have you gone out for market survey? Have you checked the last market? Have you checked what the market is saying? Most times, most businesses, you just say the economy is hard, the economy is hard, the economy is hard, and you review price without going out for market survey. You don't know the current price in the market. You just review your price. You're chasing your customer away, all in the name of things are hard, the economy is hard, the economy is bad. Do you go out for market survey? Then again, we have wastage of resources, wastage of materials, wastage on food, wastage on amenities, allowing a room to be running on electricity when there is no customer inside that room. That is wastage on amenities. Slow service at peak time. You already know your peak period. You already know your peak time. Why not do your mise-en plan so that at that peak period, it will not be a struggle for you when your mise-en plan is there already? You know your peak period is weekend. Why not do your mise-en plan That is your preparation before service. That is poor management. Inconsistency in service standard. Then the last one is a poor leadership attitude. Most times, is the leader, the manager, or the supervisor, or the head of department, or the head of section is the problem of that organization, of that establishment, of that company. Quote me anywhere. Most times, the leaders, the manager, the supervisor, the head of department, the leaders are the real problem of such organization. Poor management attitude. You're always absent at the workplace. You're not always around, too busy doing nothing. You refuse to listen to your staff or to guests. You don't listen. Why? Because you are the manager. You don't listen. Why? Because you're the supervisor. You don't listen. Why? Because you are the section head or you are the head of department. You don't listen. Nonchalant attitude in handling guest complaint. Nonchalant attitude in handling your staff complaint. That is poor management. Blames. Yeah. Blaming everybody instead of solving that problem first. You start apportioning blames. Why not solve the problem? Then you can deal with whoever that is wrong. But no, instead you apportion blames before solving a problem. That is poor management. Not having the right attitude as a leader is poor management. Yeah. Too quick to get angry. Poor management. You're always angry. You're always agitating. You don't listen to anybody. Your no is no and your yes is yes. That is poor management. You're always angry. You're saucy. You're rude to your staff. You use abusive language, abusive words on your staff. And you extend it to your guests too. That is poor management. Creating atmosphere where your staff cannot breathe. Creating atmosphere where your staff cannot be happy. That is poor management. You're always hot-tempered. You're always rude. You always want to punish. You don't forgive. Forgetting the fact that we are all human and we came from different backgrounds. As a human, mistakes are bound to happen. But you're always quick. Always quick to punish your staff. That is poor management. Unforgiving spirit is poor management. As a leader, you must possess the right attitude, character, competence, and capacity. That's where the 3 C's of leadership comes in. Until our next episode on Hospitality Review, I remain your girl, Wati. Cha-cha. Bye.